made a change for us to join the ministry. My parents came across the CD that was circulated then by the mission boys, and they were fully touched by what was preached over the DVD. So by the time I came out of boarding school, my mom told us, we've changed the church. We are now joining the Methodist ministry. And said, oh, okay. Diligently, because since I followed everything my parents always told me, I followed along. So from Form 4 onwards, I started to join the youth. I started to do work for the youth. We would go out to mission work in our place. Back then we were at Lombati, and we were under the Wonderful Soul. So we would do missionary work as youth. I remember one time we would be knocking at people's doors, and then they'd be looking at us and be thinking, another church. But we were never belittled by that. Somehow in our spirit we were so happy to be doing what we were doing. It was kind of like an adventure for us, something new, and something that we embraced and we wanted to pursue. So as time went on, I remember being so strict with my choices. I wasn't socializing with most of my friends whenever they go out partying, or whenever they have, back then in high school there was a famous Murusen there, being organized by our fellow colleagues. So I never used to attend them. By the time I reached Form 5, I started to get resentments from my peers. Maybe because I never participated in some of the activities that they always organized. They thought of it as something that I was being deviant or never really cooperated with them, but then they never really understood the reason why I made those choices. So most of the time I would explain to them that those are the choices I made because I chose to follow the Lord. It was never easy. There were times where people would say things that was not nice, I would say. But I thank God that never even once in my life did I feel belittled by what was said to me. I was never discouraged, and I thank the Holy Spirit, because I know that's the Holy Spirit. Only He can give you courage, and only He is the one that, like it said in the Bible, He's a comforter. So I was able to go through high school regardless of what I faced. I then got an opportunity to attend the University of the South Pacific. I started my degree in 2012 then, and it was a new environment for me because most of my time in ACS we were just surrounded by girls. So going to and we were just surrounded by people we were so familiar with. When I reached University of the South Pacific, I became exposed to a lot of people, students from all over Fiji, different backgrounds. They had different principles, they had different aspirations, and we all came into in one classroom. So it was challenging too as well, because apart from that, we had other social activities that was happening at the university. So I am grateful for my parents for always counseling me, and I'm grateful for the teachers that have been preached every Sunday, and that enabled me to be steadfast in the choices that I made. So I never really joined most of the Narcoros and all those island nights that was happening. Most of the time when that was happening, we were stuck in the lab doing our assignments. And usually we would only drop by those places because they show us free food. You know, students, we know when there's thing happening, there's always free food. So we just used that opportunity just to get free food for us to take us through the night. So that went on, and by the time I reached my last year of studies, there was an opportunity that was advertised at the University of South Pacific. It was for an exchange program to go to Japan. So I saw the opportunity, and I'm like, Lord, is this the opportunity? Like, is this my time? Is this the time for me? So I took that within me, and I said, Lord, okay, if this is it will happen. So I prayed about it, and I put in my application. We had to write an essay. From all the students that applied, there was only 21 of us that got through for that journey. I was then grateful to God, because as I got into the plane, I sat down, I recalled the moment, and I was small, and I said, Lord, I want to go to Japan one day, and I said it from my heart. And He was so faithful, and He was so true to make that happen for me. And for that, I am grateful. And then I just continued my relationship with God. I just continued to do the work of the Lord as well home, because I knew that from that my good comes from God. I went on to go to Japan. I learned about so many things. We spent almost